Continuing with the present series, bridge course for class 11 physics. In this video, we will be talking about the frames of reference. The contents are understanding frames of reference, the frames of reference in space, the right hand convention used to set up the frames of reference, and selecting an appropriate zero of time for study of motion. The concept of frames of reference is an extremely useful concept for our understanding of natural phenomena and expressing the same in terms of physical quantities. It is also a fundamental concept for describing and analyzing the details of motion of different objects. For that, first we have to see how do we usually define motion. We say that an object is in motion if its position with respect to its surroundings is changing with time. Mark the words with respect to its surroundings. The object is regarded to be at rest if there is no change in its position with respect to its surroundings. Over the period of time, its position is being observed. Again, mark with respect to surroundings. These are important words. What is the need of using the words with respect to its surroundings in our definitions of state of rest or motion of a given object? This we need to understand very clearly. The words with respect to surroundings imply that we need to have a certain reference to decide whether a given object at a given point of time is at rest or in motion. This reference here is a frame of reference for the object under consideration. The term frame of reference may now be given a meaning by using the concept of coordinate axis used in coordinate geometry. To begin with, let's take a simple case of position of a point on a given straight line, that is one-dimensional motion. For the purpose, we take some specific point O on the given straight line, a reference point which we call the origin. This you can see in the diagram here. O is a reference point which we refer to as the origin. We can then locate any point on this line by simply knowing its distance from the origin. The ambiguity whether the distances are towards right or left of origin is removed by assigning positive sign with distance if the point is located to the right of origin. That is, if we have a point, say call some point P to the right of O, we will call its distance as positive distance. Likewise, negative sign implies that the point is located to the left of the origin. The measure of the distance with its positive or negative sign defines the single coordinate needed to specify the location of a point on a given line. So what you need is to specify position of a point on a given line is an origin, and the positive or negative distance of the point from the origin. Extending it to a point in plane, let us see, supposing we want to specify position of a carom coin on the carom board. For the purpose, we take two mutually perpendicular lines, like the edge lines of the carom board, with two adjacent sides as our reference lines or as our axis of coordinates. So in plane we need two mutually perpendicular lines. As you will see, the two lines OX and OY are called the x-axis and y-axis, with point of intersection O being the origin. This is the origin. We can then uniquely and unambiguously specify the position P of the carom coin on the board if we know its perpendicular distances, say A and B, called coordinates, from each of these two reference lines as our axis of coordinates. This will be clear with the diagram. This is the point or the position of the carom coin. We call it P. In order to specify its position on the carom board, we take two axes, the x-axis, the y-axis, the origin O, x-axis, y-axis. Take perpendicular distance of P from y-axis, term it as A, we call it the x-coordinate. Similarly, the perpendicular distance from x-axis, written as B, is the y-coordinate of P. So P is associated with an ordered pair AB in that order. A is the x-coordinate and B is the y-coordinate. One set of coordinates defines one unique point. So if you have a set of coordinates, you will get one unique point. If you have one unique point, you will get one set of coordinates. A different set of values of these two perpendicular distances would locate a different point on the board. So what is the frame of reference in a plane? We can locate a point on a plane like the carom board by taking a pair of mutually perpendicular adjacent lines as our coordinate axis or axis of coordinates. Then we need to know perpendicular distances of the given point from each of the axis of the coordinates. So here is the frame of reference in a plane, that is two-dimensional plane. This plane is referred to as XY or XOY plane, with coordinates A and B representing the x coordinate and the y coordinate, which specify the position or exact location of a point P in the plane. Now extending it to 3D, the general case of a point in 3 dimensions. In the general case, we will define a frame of reference for an object located anywhere in a space. Say objects in a room. For example, you may have a lamp hanging in the room. In order to specify the position of the lamp, you will need not just two coordinates, not just position in a plane, but also the height from the floor. To specify the location of an object in a room, we need their two perpendicular distances from two mutually adjacent perpendicular lines on the floor and the height above the floor. For the purpose, we have to take a set of three distances, say A, B and C, to completely specify the location of a point in space. Here, A, B and C in that order are referred to as x, y and z coordinates of the given point in the space. All the three coordinate axes required are drawn from a common reference point or a conveniently chosen origin of coordinates. The set of three coordinate axes with origin chosen in a given region of space is the frame of reference for that region of space. So what is frame of reference? To specify position of a point in space is an origin with three mutually perpendicular axes passing through the origin. So this diagram represents a coordinate system or frame of reference in space. This frame of reference is used to specify the location of different points in 3D space and to describe and analyze the details of motion of an object in the 3D space. The description and analysis, however, will be different for a differently chosen frame of reference. Supposing another observer chooses O dash as the origin, the values of x, y and z coordinates will accordingly change for the same point. So a set of three coordinate axes with the origin defines a three-dimensional frame of reference in space. The right-hand convention. Let's see what is the right-hand convention, which is very essential to set up a frame of reference in space. To locate a point on a straight line, we assigned positive sign to distances right of the origin and negative sign to distances left of the origin. Similarly, we need a similar sign convention for each of the three coordinate axes which we set up in the three-dimensional space. To elaborate, let's see what we mean by the three coordinate axes and how do we set up these coordinate axes. A standard convention for specifying the three coordinate axes in an unambiguous manner has to be adopted. For example, we have specified x and y axis on the floor. The z axis may be directed out of the floor or into the floor. Out of the floor or into the floor, that is upward or downward. Z axis may be directed upward or downwards. For this, we need to adopt a convention. Let us see what convention we use. As stated, it is called right-hand convention. Draw a line OX, that is the x-axis on the floor, and mark a point on it as the origin. Next, Draw a line perpendicular to x-axis from the origin with an anti-clockwise rotation. This sets the y-axis and the positive side of the y-axis. Next, keep your right hand at the origin with the fingers curling from x-axis to y-axis. This should be very clear. Keep your right hand at the origin with the fingers curling from x-axis to y-axis. The thumb of the right hand will then give the positive direction of z-axis. This is what the right hand convention means. The set of x, y and z axis drawn as per this right hand convention are as shown in the figure. Having chosen a system of three coordinates x, y and z with their positive and negative directions clearly marked to specify position of a point in 3D with the help of three coordinates, let us now select an appropriate zero of time to study the motion. Suppose we have to study and describe or analyze the motion of a given object that has been under observation for quite some time. It is then appropriate to think and talk about the motion of this particle only from the time it starts moving. It is usual and convenient to take the starting instant of observing the motion of the given particle as zero of time for describing the motion. That is, zero of time refers to the time when we start observing or studying the motion of the given particle. We can observe and analyze the motion of the object at a time 5 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 16 seconds, 17 seconds, as and how you feel like later than this starting point. So choice of t equal to 0 is our choice when we start study of motion. So that is what is selecting of appropriate zero of time. However, it is important to note that the object need not be at rest at t equal to 0 second. That's not essential. For example, for a moving car, we may think of describing its motion from the time it has a speed of 10 meters per second to a time when it acquires a speed of say 20 meters per second. The zero of time here is a time when the speed of the car was 10 meters per second. Thus, for this car, the speed at t equal to 0 second is 10 meters per second and not 0. Having defined this frame of reference with the three coordinate axes in space and 0 of time, here are some problems for you to practice about the frame of reference. The problems are on your screen. You may try these problems to test whether you have understood the frame of reference terms clearly, or if in case you have any problem, you may go back to the text again and then try the problems. A few more problems on your screen to reinforce learning. Here are a few more. Suggest a suitable frame of reference for specifying the position of different milestones on a long straight road. So this will be a 1D case. Specifying the positions of different pieces of crockery on a dining table top. Dining table top will be 2D, x and y coordinates will be needed. Specifying the position of different objects located between floor and ceiling of a room, a 3D case. State why is it advisable or essential to select, along with suitable number of coordinate axes, an appropriate zero of time for describing, analyzing the motion of a given object. So clear answer to this is motion. Study of motion is not possible unless we have a concept of time. You may subscribe to our YouTube channel CBSE 042 to get notification about future videos. Should you have any feedback or problems, you may write to ikg54@yahoo.co.in. We have a blog for you for notes and other topics in physics. The address is on your screen. Wish you a very happy learning. Coming up next is a very important topic for class 11, understanding differentiation. The subscribers will get notified when this video is uploaded or the lecture is presented to you.